mallets tell their horrific tale of being pursued by a flying creature, 2 more adults and 2 children spot the flying monster in the TNT area. Sightings increased, quickly totaling into the hundreds. All over Point Pleasant, witnesses described the same creature, a 7-foot entity with dark wings spanning over 10 feet wide. It squealed an awful noise, glided after cars, and feasted on small animals. Although some figures differed in description from case to case, one attribute always remained: the pair of glowing red eyes.
The eyes of the Mothman seem to be the most common in description, that they are deep red, that they're glowing, that they're mesmerizing.
Most of the eyewitnesses that encountered the Mothman described the eyes as a glowing red-like eyes that were almost hypnotic, trance-like, and they were drawn in to the eyes.
Well, we have some pretty good people that are, that have saw this creature and described actually about the eyes. And I've known these people for years.
I've had 3 or 4 different couples that tell me that had come encounter with it. They had big red eyes, not glary, not like animal eyes, but big red eyes. That's what made it different. It was the eyes. When they seen the eyes, then they were out of there. They didn't wait around to see the body.
The eyes of Mothman are big glowing red orbs, or some people would describe them as like almond shaped, like an alien eye.
They were kind of big at the center, went up to a point, and they were the reddest eyes I have ever seen. They weren't glowing eyes like some people might say. It's just something you can't describe how they were lit up. The whole eye was red and lit up.
The interesting thing is nobody, the people who said, the ones that I remember who said that it went up into the air or whatever, it didn't flap its wings. It would just kind of open its wings and ascend into the air, almost like you think of angels doing.
I don't consider any of this random. I think there's a connection throughout history. Mothman was drawn on cave walls by cavemen, although it was interpreted as something else, or it was supposedly symbolic of something else. Anyone who has a religious epiphany or has anything, it's always something with wings, something floating above.
It jumped up to go over those there shrubberies or hedges there, and when it did, that's when it opened up its wings, and that's the first time we saw its wing, and it flew off into the dark of the night.
Mothman was seen on rooftops, in barns, flying and buzzing about the skyline of the small riverfront community. But he seemed to call the TNT plant and the McClintic Wildlife Refuge his home. Months passed, and the sightings continued to grow in number. Cars flocked to the TNT plant with curious onlookers hoping to catch a glimpse of the monster. Hunters waited in the darkness of the thick woods with their guns loaded, looking to end the fear and panic that was sweeping across the small town.
After the Mothman sightings, the TNT plant became a giant carnival. There were kids up there were people with loaded guns up there were hunters. People were out there trying to see Mothman.
Everyone just wanted to go see this big 6-foot bird that's chasing cars in the TNT area, so everyone was looking for it. The hunt for Frankenstein was on, and literally you had miles and miles of cars flowing into the TNT area. Some people were armed with weapons, and it became a town ritual, just almost like one of the movies or going out for a dinner.
People were actually carrying guns out in the TNT area looking to shoot and kill Mothman, and it became a major headache for the local police to go out and patrol the grounds and make sure no one was hurt.
I'll tell you, the real question is on everybody's mind here at the time was is it a bird? Are we allowed to shoot it? And if there's more than one, can we shoot 2?
You would think that.
Maybe some didn't, and they were trying to, I don't know, if to say, tromp the brush and flush the bird out, where somebody gets shot at it, or at least get it flushed out where they could see it.
They went looking for it, and the frightening thing was some people found it.
After we turned right there on that gravel road heading down, we got about halfway when I noticed something was running along beside the car. seeing things when I turned and looked at it. And I looked at my brother and I said, "Did you see what I saw?"
Our dad took us out, and my sister and my sisters and I took us out into the TNT plant area to look for the Mothman, but we didn't find him.
Within the next 3-month period, you had about 100 people reporting the same thing that the two couples encountered that first night on November 15th. And it did wake a lot of people up as to what may be living